everybody, and welcome to a new episode of the TypeScript Team Time. I'm your host, Mirko, and hope you have a beautiful day. Today we're going to do something very, very special, because the You Are Awesome app that I've been working on for almost 2 years, but don't tell anybody, is going to be released to open beta today. I hope. And we're going to do it live on stream. I will push the button and hopefully everything works. Probably, but don't tell anybody either. It's also just going to result in Google marking it for review. But basically, I played all the ping pong balls away from me. And then it's on Google to decide whether this is going to go public or not in all countries. Because, well, basically open beta is the production for me. As crazy as it sounds, there is not much difference to me except for a very, very tiny disclaimer that maybe there might be a few bugs. So to let you know what I'm actually talking about is, let's try to take a look. You Are Awesome app. Let's see, Play Store. There we go. So this is going to be it. You will see that online in just about 1.5 hours. So that said, now that you remind me of it, I probably want to have a little timer on stream here. Let me just put that up. Hopefully it works the way I hope it does. Overlays, edit. I do want to see this countdown for 1 hour and let's see, 1 hour and 27 minutes, or let's say 25, 20, just so that we remember it. Does that work here? 20, okay, perfect. And then we can enable that one, hopefully. Save. Yes, please show it on stream. Does it appear? Did it appear? Maybe I need to reload stream elements just for a second here. Refresh. It didn't appear. Interesting. Very interesting. Why is it just not visible on the white screen? Well, it didn't appear. Then I'll just do the good old phone timer, so that I not forget to actually deploy or push the button in 1.5 hours. All right, so welcome to everybody in chat. Sorry that I've missed that so far. I'm kind of super excited. Yeah. This is like really a lot of work it has been to set this up. So what the app actually does is it's basically a motivational quotes app, but with one gimmick. And the gimmick is that the quotes don't come from people like Einstein, which always feels so distant, right? Einstein is like the star on the horizon. But if people like you and me just share nice messages each day, so the idea is you get one message per day. One message is selected for all people around the globe that gets then shown in their time zone to them at the time they want to, via push notification ideally. Otherwise, if you disable them, you can also just look at the app, of course, and then it looks like this. So you get the message right at the front. You are amazing. Here's coming from Peter from England. But the important part is this is actually a real person like you and me, and not some star on the horizon, right? Other than that, you can of course contribute your own messages, so your message will then be shown if it gets picked one day to all the people that use our app. You can have favorites, so if you like, you can just double tap this message as on Instagram, and then it gets added to your favorites, so you can see it here for later motivation. If you just need you have this down maybe at later in the day, and then you say, just a small reminder would be nice. So yeah, let's open the app, look at all the nice messages that you've already got. Maybe look also at the messages that you've sent. That's also possible, although I don't have a picture of that as far as I remember. Yeah, but you can click here on the in the contribute screen on this little icon, and then you see the list of your contributions. And yeah, and then feel good. It's also available in dark mode, which I find much more stylish, to be honest. but never mind. And other than that, these are the settings. The app is available in actually 3 languages. One is English, the other one is German, and the last one is, we can also have it in Japanese, because I do speak Japanese and I was able to translate all of this. So yeah, the app is also available in Japanese. Although the actual message, most of the time it will just be in English, at least for now. Because, well, currently the need is not there to show it in specific languages. As we identify which countries actually use the app the most, I might think about adding kind of the language to it. So, for example, German, if we identify that most of our users are actually from Germany, most of them set their device also to Germany, then we might build the feature that, well, maybe the awesome messages should also be actually in German. And then you kind of have the German community, German-speaking community, and the Japanese-speaking community, each having their own specific messages, as well as the big English one. Yeah, so this is going to go live at 19:30 my time. Ignore all of these messages. 19:30 in my time. And we will click the button kind of together. Oh, looking forward to that. It's been a lot of work recently to finish the last important features. In particular, I also streamed part of it. So part of it is let's see. This here. That's what we built actually also on stream, so you can find that. This is the push notification backend, so that we can send push notifications on a regular schedule. So each day. Basically all you do is you communicate with your app with this one endpoint, which subscribes you to the push notifications or unsubscribes. And then the rest is all magically happening. And at some point you receive the message. We built that on stream, so if you want to check that out, it requires a lot of AWS knowledge though, because all of this is AWS. It was a lot of fun to build this, and seeing it actually live is pretty cool as well. So like work in action, and it has been working. Since we've built it, it has been working actually in production as well, essentially. Coolio. So what are we going to do today? Today I want to, so as you can see up here, one thing that I do want to do is is it fire? Yes, fire magic. And what I've built so far to reflect that is this little animation, which looks like this if we do it in in the way that I think we could do it actually also in the in the overlay game that we do. So basically just a short, like this explosive effect. And then the monster takes damage from that. And that's basically the idea. I do have this fairly fast, what if we do it even faster? Faster doesn't look so nice, to be honest. Yeah, I like that one better. In the background, you might not see it, but there's kind of a yeah, maybe now it's slightly visible at least, of a, how do you call this, dust or smoke effect also. So we probably want to copy all the settings from there, 300 here, and then 5. Yeah, so that this coincides nicely. Did I set the angle correctly already? 280 to 280. 0. Yeah, this should be 260 to 280. Like it should go in a cone upwards. It does it already fairly quickly, which kind of surprises me. I don't know why it does that. But I mean, I take it. And I think if we do that together, it gives us a nice effect. So what I'm going to do is save this first of all, then export it. Export hidden emitters. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then we open this directory and we have our zip here. I can just extract that and then copy this screen is on fire, which is now the explosive fire magic, maybe. Let's call it like that. Wow, that was a a very noisy blob effect coming from the system. So let's add that to our little game that we are developing. Inside of here we have the particle effects, and I will put the fire magic inside of there. There we go. Then we can close this one, and why do I have two windows open here? I do not know. Oh, this one is switched off. Okay. So maybe we switch these off so that they don't eat all of my CPU. Then let me just do a small audio check to see everything is working perfect. Okay. Then how do we do this? So just the regular stuff. We go to our loading scene, because first of all we have to include the fire. So the phaser is running in the browser, so we have to fetch the corresponding file. We do this by adding this text here, and basically it loads it as a text and then executes it as a function, which is kind of fire minus magic effect. Fire magic effect. We call that fire magic because that's the file name, right? Fire minus magic.json. Yeah, that matches. So let's do that. We can also in the meantime start our server, because that takes a moment. And now we have it available under this nice little name. I need to remember that one. I think we can go to the adventurous trade-off and, for example, copy the cast heal. Wow. the noises. Mute this side. Wow. I don't think you actually listen to can hear it, right? Yeah, I've muted it, so you cannot hear it. So just put the countdown. Save. Go. So we have receive heal, which does something, and in this case we want to kind of cast fire. We want to cast it on a target which takes X and Y coordinates, which is the monster most of the time, I suppose. We do not want to play a sound just yet. We do not do that. Yeah, we do not do that, but what we do is we include this fire magic thing here. Let's ignore the damage text for now. Maybe we actually move this into the monster, and it kind of receives the fire and then it explodes. That might be simpler to implement. So from here, let's just maybe remove the target for now. Currently we just casted, the adventurer casts it on himself. You'll see how that looks in just a moment. It should be fairly short, I don't know, 300 milliseconds maybe. The depth should just be on top of everything, I think. So we render it just on the top, which is the property in this object. So maybe in here you can see top, particle bring to top, and we also see this in this beautiful thing here. There it is, particle bring to top. Let me just, so this one, that didn't work. Let's do that, then we format the document, and then we remove these again, and that should work. Yeah, now it's in a format that's actually readable. Although of course now it takes some more space, but well, we only run it locally and load it locally, so that's not an issue. So it's actually not really JSON, as you can see here. It's more like a JSON-esque function, which then gets called as a function. Or it's an array that gets called as a function, which is, well, it works. It works. So we build a function which just returns the array, and then it automatically, it runs also this code, which of course, if you do this in reality, you do not want to do this. Like in a customer facing product, you don't want to do this, because it basically means you can inject code, and injecting code is always a source of XSS attacks. So you don't want to do that. But since I'm running it, I'm developing it and I'm running it on my own machine, everything is fine. It's basically like you write a script for yourself. There's nothing scary about it, as long as you know what actually goes on. So that means inside of this cast fire, we basically do everything that we want to do. And then we can probably start looking at it. If we go up here, we can open the GUI. We also open the folder for that. Then I say cast fire. Cast fire magic. And probably I also want to go into the monster and just close, open, yeah, close this folder here, so it doesn't disturb us. So now, how does that look like? Oops, that was wrong. How does that actually look like? Maybe we also skip the monsters entry animation so it doesn't annoy us. Skip intro, true. Yes. Nope. And so that I don't have to hit the entry button all the time, I can just spawn an adventurer by default. So now up here, which you might not be able, yeah, well, currently you might be able to see it. Is Stream Elements still running? Okay, Stream Elements is broken. And my host, wait. What happened to my... Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Except that for whatever reason, Stream Elements is weirdish. Okay, there we go. So now we have this menu here, and we can click on Cast Fire, and then we should see something. Nothing. Okay, let's understand what's going on. We fail to do some connections, which is fine because we just don't. This is the WebSocket connection to the backend, and that's all right. But this function is not invoking the way I intended it, and I think the reason for that is because the fire magic, that's not the right one. Fire magic has X and Y position, which means we put it relative, and then we also apply the X and Y position from inside of this file here, down here, and then we move off screen. So we want to set these X and Y to 0, X and Y to 0, and the rest is relative. So now, this time we should see something. Don't open that. Reload. There it is. It, for whatever reason, however, doesn't spawn it on top. Particle bring to top. True. That doesn't work apparently. Bring to top. True. This one is off. Okay. Of course, we need to switch it on. That's probably because I had it off in on export. So, okay. Now the fun part here is that it, for whatever reason, doesn't spawn it on top. We should go into the adventurer again, and somewhere we have our cast fire, and maybe we just do emitter.set depth 99999. That was a 0. 99999. And now it should be on top of everything. So there it is. Woo! Look at it go. It's still too slow, actually, if you ask me. Oh. It destroys it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So now we need some fun stuff here. We want to continue emitting. We just want to stop emitting. So I don't have a nice function yet. Yeah, this one, for example, it just stops the updates, but it's still there. So set active is the wrong one. What I want is kind of, I think we can use explode, or we don't have explode. That's too bad. On off listeners, blah, 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 blah. Pre-update, removes, reset, resume. Set visible, set W. Shut down is also wrong. Toggle data, visible, update, will render. And that's it. Yeah, we ran into this issue the last time, yesterday, in fact. So what we did there was slightly more complicated. So this emitter is actually not an emitter directly, so it doesn't emit the particles. It's a set of emitters. And the set of emitters corresponds to the list of objects in this fire magic array that we have, because we actually emit two different things. One is the fire, one is the smoke. And those correspond to two actual emitters, and they are united in one single emitter manager. However, one issue that I have so far is that the emitter manager does not allow a method to set stop the emitter, in the sense of not sending new particles, but still rendering the particles that are already alive. The workaround that we have is inside of our monster aura, which looks like this here. So we take all the emitters and then we say emitter.stop. There we go. Which is kind of annoying that I don't know how to do that yet. Because it definitely doesn't make and we don't have a stop method, unfortunately, just to verify that. Maybe if I look at this turns emitter #on off. Wait, what? It turns the particle emitter #on off the emitter. What? What? So we do have a once or on, and we have an off function, but that receives events. And I don't know which. I don't think that's the right one. So what we do instead is we do this fun little thing here, and then we do emitters, which is kind of weird, but yeah, because this is the manager. You get all the emitters, because this is also basically just a connection. You get all of them, and then for each one you call the stop method. And this results in something that looks as follows. It still continues to render, but it doesn't just it stops sending new particles, but it still continues to render those that are already alive, which is what we want to do. Get all visible, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah. So that's one thing. And actually, from a timing perspective, it doesn't look too shabby. Maybe 150 even. And no, I think 200 is fine. So that's good. Now, probably what we would want if we had the proper X and Y position is do the following. This dot get center bottom, get bottom center. Yeah, get bottom center apparently. And then we don't use X. We use X and Y from the bottom center, which is down here relative to the sprite. So if we cast the spell now, oh, we don't want the center apparently. Because both are left aligned. Or we do the following. Emitter.set origin. Oh, it doesn't have an origin. Interesting. Interesting. Well, in that case, get bottom left. Oh, that doesn't work. Get bottom center. And let me think here for a second. Then, I mean, we can shift here. Ah, yeah, we need to shift here, actually. Yeah. So this should be -10 so that it's center aligned. And this should be -10 as well. And you should be, for whatever reason. Let's see. Maybe we do 20 here and -20 there, so that the smoke is actually larger. But I might have done it vice versa. I think I did. Yeah. Okay, let's do -15 to 30. So that's from -15 to +15, which is then center aligned. And this one needs to be -10 to +10, which means 20 in width. And now, did it? I need to reload. Yeah, that doesn't look too shabby. I do want to make it larger though, I think. Come on, 40. There we go. Although it's cast on a monster, and monsters are fairly large. Which means maybe we make those even larger and we spawn more particles, like 100, and we cap the particles at 500. How does that look like? It doesn't reload. Can I webpack? I want to watch also the .js files here. I think I can do this. Resolve. Right? I think that should work. And now it should reload on the changes of .json files. As soon as it restarts, of course. "50 minutes left, yeah." So let's reload here. There we go. It doesn't look explosive enough anymore. So I will probably set this back to 20 and 40. And this one should be maybe just identical, or 22 and 30, 44 then, the double. Why is it not centered anymore? Ah, it is centered, but the adventurer sprite is slightly weird. That's why. So now let's fiddle around with the settings here. I think now it should reload, doesn't it? Why not? It doesn't reload. Do we watch the correct directory? Extensions, blah blah blah. Path.resolve, dnames, /. That's fine. Let's see. I do think I have a project where it loads the. Maybe let's go here for a second. And then we go to Webpack. Oh, is it because of the copy plugin? Okay, well then we just reload every time for the time being. It might be because of another plugin that I've installed there. That looks good. I like it. Yeah, we take it. All right, we have our fire magic. Let's stage that. We don't need to stage you. We do need to stage the loading scene where we include the particle. We do need to stage the adventurer where we actually cast the spell. And we might actually move it into its own class, which I think makes things easier to handle. Well, then we also commit this one. That's good. So now let's think, where do we actually want to add the fire magic? I think what we can do, oh, it becomes difficult with received damage, huh? Do we do the receive damage? No, we don't only set the tint. Okay, it makes sense to have the animation, the fire animation on the adventurer. Why? Because if we don't do that, receive damage would be kind of smothered, right? So I think we are on the right track with adding it to the adventurer. We do, however, need to have X and Y coordinates here. And this is an I point. And I do want to include the I point class from somewhere. Events, HUDs, blah, 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 components, styles. I don't know, let's put it here. iPoint.ts. And then I think in the monster class we have that one. There it is. This should just be default in every language. iPoint, there we go. We also need it in the monster because we removed it from there. Where is it? Point. There you go. Why do you not like this? Duplicate identifier X and Y. Oh yeah. That makes sense. Now, this cast fire needs to be called by something. It needs to be called by something. And the something is the main scene. In the main scene, we probably want to have something like not a tag, but fire attack and event dot is monster doesn't exist on it, I guess, at least for now. And the monster must be defined. Then we don't actually need the adventurer, right? We do need the adventurer to animate him as well. And we say, okay, event.target sounds, no, event.actor, and we get the monster, which is the target. And then we can say this dot adventurer, or just adventurer, okay, dot cast fire, and then we call it on this dot monster dot get left, no, get center, get bottom center, right? Because we build it that way so that it's center aligned. So now this of course doesn't exist, this event yet, but we can do, what we can do is we go into this events class and we say fire, or cast fire, maybe cast fire. Its type cast fire, or fire casted. How did we call received? Heal cast, fire cast, and we call it like that. We also call this one fire cast, because the past of cast is cast. We give it a target. We have an attacker apparently. Suppose we can call this actor so that it's aligned. I don't think we need the monster just yet, so I leave that one out. And then we can rename this one into, we also have to include it right here in Firecast. Firecast, and the monster needs to be defined. Okay, perfect. And then we get us the adventure. We call on the monster receive damage after some time, I suppose. And what does receive damage receive? Receive damage comes after it. I don't think we need to do anything with the monster, just inside of here, because the monster just receives a damage received event, which then gets triggered, hopefully at the right time. That's going to be interesting. So now we have our Firecast event on the front end, and I think that's pretty good. We need to move this all to the backend now and allow people to actually cast the fire spell. Right? Other than that, I think we're good. Bottom center, cast fire, and then it stops. Yep. So, moving to the backend, we open our trusty VS Code, we go to the server, and then what? Now what? Now we can do the following. We go into events first of all, and we can define the event. Ambushed, I don't know. Somewhere in here we should see field cast, and we say, okay, we want another event for Firecast. Firecast, there we go. Now this event needs to be emitted at some point. How to do that is by going into our chatbot first of all. And in the chatbot, we start listening for exclamation mark fire, I guess, which kind of coincides with my trusty stream, like the atmosphere commands. But I already changed that one, so now it's exclamation mark fire stream. Yeah, there we go. Woo! This stream is on fire! So, Firecast. Oh no, just exclamation mark fire. Then, let's see. We Don't need anything else, right? We always want to attack the monster. So what we can do is exclamation mark cast battle.cast fire, and then the username, and that's it. Where's my battle? Battle, where are you at? Attack. There we go. We can, I think, pretty much copy this one, the attack, and then we say cast fire. We give it a username, and that provides us the information who actually cast the spell, and then we call cast fire of this.monster. And if the monster is actually dead, we end the battle. And then the adventurer, I think we can pretty much do the same as we do for the attack, which is nice. We just copy that one, and then when we say cast fire, yeah, we say we cast fire. If you're already dead, well, don't do anything. If you have acted this turn, well, don't do anything. Otherwise, you start attacking, you calculate the damage, you do not provide this one, you do say firecast, you do say actor, this .username, and you target it at the monster, and then the monster takes damage. And that's it, I think. Do we need to include anything else? Firecast, we need to save here. Let's run TypeScript. And if it says fine, everything is fine, I think we're good. Yes. Do we have any automated testing for the adventurer? We do not. Okay. Well, that works for me. For now. Now, that means we can actually do the thing, right? Right, I think we can do the thing. But maybe, just maybe, I can do the following here. Okay. So I want to test it with the I want to test it ideally without actually starting a fight. You want to pick a fight? So does that work? Because we will probably restart it again and again, and this might be wrong depending on the monster's position and the monster size and stuff. No, get bottom center is always right. Get bottom center is always right. It is, I think. So this one we cannot call because we don't have the monster. Too bad. Can we somehow just maybe just maybe call public debug cast fire, and we just maybe we say this dot cast fire of, we just give it a static x and a static y, and the static x and the static y we get from here, which is of course not the nicest way to do it, but it works, I guess. So what's the y coordinate, the x coordinate? 1100 here. And now if we cast fire, nothing happens. You see? That's how you do it. Just, I know why. Because we didn't call this debug cast fire. Sorry. So apparently the sprite is centered. Well, I mean, this is only a debug method anyway. So where is it at? We just add some more stuff to it, 800 maybe. It depends now on the sprite that we receive here. So 750. Yeah. It depends a lot on the sprite that we receive. This one, for example, is nice. The other ones are not so nice. Oops. But I think that looks fine-ish. It's a very small fire. Can we increase it? I mean, this might take a moment, but other than that, I think we are actually good now from a logic perspective. So, okay, I point, definitely fine. We cast it now on some object, which is also fine. Then the monster, it doesn't have the I point anymore, that's fine. We can, yeah, skip the intro is also fine. We have Firecast here on the, is that the backend side? No, that's the front end side. We have also Firecast on the backend side, which is identical. So we also have the cast fire on the backend, which first of all gets us the adventurer. If there is no such adventurer, it does nothing. Because so no, only people who are actually in the party should be able to do something. And then we call cast fire on the adventurer, and if the monster is actually dead, then the battle ends. This one is just almost debug code, but not completely. And this one says, so if we receive a Firecast event and the monster is actually existing, then we get us the adventurer and he starts casting fire on the monster's bottom center point. That sounds good as well. On the backend side, we have we calculate whether the fire cast can actually be done. We check whether it can actually be done. If the adventurer is already dead, then don't do anything. If the adventurer already has acted this turn, then well, he shouldn't be able to act again. We calculate the damage. We cast the spell, and we let the monster take some damage. And we said that the adventure cannot act again in this turn, which is also nice. And we listen for the message. The username comes from up here. Perfect. Yeah, that's nice. That's great. All right. So that looks good. Now I want to play a bit more with the animation. It should be more like explosion style, no? So what I want is probably a longer lifetime. There we go. Between, I don't know, 1500 and the longest one 3500 maybe. Then the velocity might be increased slightly. 3500. Did that change anything? Not sure about the velocity. Let's look at it. I have to reload. Now we cast the spell. Oh, I only made the I only increased the lifetime of the smoke particle. Now this is fun. Did I? Yeah. Where's lifetime on the other one? Here, 500 and 2000. So we probably want to have something like, I don't know, 1000 and 2500. And I don't know whether we want it linear. We probably, yeah. More. 30,500. This is the fire. Yeah, the second one. Ah, I didn't reload. Damn it. Or did I? Yeah. Yeah. Emit zone. This one definitely needs to go down. This one needs to go down. The step rate can be 1. Oh, actually 2. No, it needs to be 3 maybe. Seamless faults. Step rate. They're so little. So this controls in which the particles kind of don't explode at the same time. They don't spawn at the same time, I think, because we have frequency set to 1. Let me double check that. We did find that out yesterday, but I haven't learned my notes yet. So if this particle emitter is in flow mode, the frequency is greater or equal to 1. The particle flow will start. If it's in explode mode, -1. Okay. I think explode will spawn a lot of particles at the same time. But actually we don't want that, because we do want to spawn more than just a second or just a 1 frame. I think we're good with this one. Yeah, step rate 3 works for me, because it's a prime number. It will, man, mass is useful. Because it's a prime number, it will hit all the numbers inside. Yeah, that looks better. We can make it maybe larger now. So we make it 40 and 80 in width. So reload, ladies and gentlemen, never forget to reload. 30 and 60. It looks too blocky, if you ask me. It looks too block-wise. Could also invert it, the direction, and then spawn it from above. What does that sound? Although, no, fire is like coming out of the ground, right? Yeah, I think we go with this one. So 30 and 60, and here we do 35 and 70, the double, so that it's, because it's centered at 0, so -35 to +35. Now, what else do I have? I did set the lifespan, and I need to increase that here as well then. So probably we want to have the dust slightly longer. So we go from 3000 to 4000 in length there. Yeah. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's spawn some more particles at the same time. Did that work actually? Here it spawns 100. What if we go down to 20? It's much more heavy. I actually like that. We now have a sound as well. That would be amazing. Just imagine it. Fire! Right? Something like that. We can also do some fun stuff here by just copying the adventure.cast heal animation. Needs to be slightly it needs to be slightly off center, right? So we have something like, first you step forward and then let's say const emit fire is equal to this, and then we do all of this fun stuff. And then we do it on yo-yo, which might be too late if I remember correctly. Yeah, it only does it when he turns back, which is unfortunate. So the alternative, we don't have on hold right now. We do, however, have. Does the complete trigger at that point? I think the complete only triggers when everything is done. Whatever happened? Oh, because the animation wasn't done yet. Yeah. On complete only triggers on that time, on active, on loop, on repeat. Also not what we want. On start, on stop. On yo-yo. We do want on yo-yo, but we actually want to have it before the hold, which is unfortunate. So the only way that I can think of is to do the following. We check if the update time, I think we get the tween right here. So we can say tween.progress equals 1. Then we want to emit the fire. And that should do the trick. Or it doesn't. Because I was too fast again. 0.99. The workaround that works always. What's happening? You're not allowed to cast it too fast, which is kind of a bug, I guess. It should be greater then. If it is greater then... that also doesn't work, right? Didn't we do something like this before? Right, like... we solved it with a animate slice. Let's see here. We have the path being emulated. And that one works that way. We only want to trigger it once. So the alternative to the stuff that I was trying just now is to do the following. We do this dot scene dot tweens dot timeline, and then we get a new one. And then we say const timeline is this, and then we do timeline dot add. First of all, we no, that's not that's not a real option. Never mind. I think this will now trigger multiple times, unfortunately. Does the tween.console.log tween.progress? I think what we are looking for is 0.5. Or maybe not, because the duration and the hold time are different. And it might actually interpolate over all of those values. That was a fail. Do it again. So let's see. Interesting. Wait, what? So it starts interpolating, goes to 0.14, and then it skips over to 0.8. Huh. That's the whole time, probably. Yeah, apparently it includes the whole time, but in that time it doesn't. So it does a duration of 200, then 1000, and then 200. And over all of that, it calculates and it normalizes the tween.progress to 0 to 1 over the then 1400 milliseconds. And in particular, during the whole time, it doesn't send an update, which is kind of a bummer. So the simple alternative to this is we hard code it like so. This dot scene dot time dot delayed call, and then we do 200 emit fire. And where does this 200 come from? That's the time we check we have right here. The const step animation duration, it's equal to 200. There we go. And then we have this one maybe plus just a very tiny 50 milliseconds. And now it should work. But maybe we actually don't make it so small, because the hold is fairly long. So, too fast. Yeah, that looks good. So it kind of spawns and then, yeah, let's take that one. It is 1909 already, so just give me a second here. All right. So I like that. I like this. I like the move it. That's the yeah. The Let's see. The smoke particles. Where's the speed of those? Speed 0? Why do they move? They have acceleration instead. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. And it still looks good. Well, lucky. Push it, never touch it again. Then we have cast heal. We actually don't want this anymore because we included it in our fire thingy. It just happened to be identically at the same time. Cool. Now the monster automatically receives damage, which is cool as well. It might not be aligned, however, so we have to check that now. We can do /server, and we start the server. We also start Mongo apparently, and then so it connects to our friend Twitch chat right there, or if you have it on the other side, right there. But definitely you see it on the screen up there. And now we can go to the main scene. We can say enabled false. We also, yeah, that works. And then I think we can actually do it in kind of production, which is switched on. Why? Oh, it was switched on all the time. I hope you didn't. Did you hear the music all the time? I don't know. Okay. Exclamation mark. Ambush! Oh my god. It's an ambush. Irreverent. Now we can join. And then we can exclamation mark. Fire. Yeah. And you see, the other ones also start. Oh, Kastovich, Kusto, welcome to the stream. Da, da, da. Ouch, that hurt. So we have one issue, which is the flames at the bottom, which also get triggered for whatever reason. Because they shouldn't be. I thought I changed the command for those. How are you doing, by the way? Before I forget it. You're doing good? You're live currently from wow. We need to heal you, dude. We need to give you some heal. Yeah, you can heal yourself with exclamation mark heal. At H Kastovich, and you just write add, and then it shows you. You want to just fire. Kill it with fire. That works as well. Ouch, man, that dude hits real hard today. There we go. I think it has like 1 HP left, maybe 3 HP left. So if you hit it once more, it's dead, I think. Or we can just leave the fire. It's also nice that it's just like like an after effect of battling. Good to see you, by the way. Vacationing, eating kebab. Oh man, it's killing you. Heal exclamation mark H Custo quickly before. Man, that Revenant really does some bad hits today. 10 damage, 8 damage. Or maybe you were just already half dead. Oh no, it looks... Ah, okay. My screen is so small. That's why I thought you were like almost dead. Ah, yeah, that's the bug that happens. And it's down. Sweet, 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 sweet. I think it's fine the way it is. We just have to re-enable the actual intro. Skip intro, false. The bad thing is you kind of now only saw half of it, because the actual start is also pretty cool. Attack the giant. There is no giant. Leave the fire. Okay, let's leave the fire. Actually, I already changed it, I thought, but apparently it's not yet active or something. I don't know. I probably have to restart the web server. No, the web server just serves the files. And I also refreshed in OBS, but for whatever reason, it doesn't work. Well, that's fine. I think we have an ad here, or exclamation episode 35, 6, 7, 35. I can just always look to the top. So we have ad exclamation mark fire attack, because it's awesome. There we go. Do I have some console logs in here? Console.log. I do. But that one's fine. That one's just for the top level. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Vacationing. Istanbul, was it? On which side are you currently? Well, it was epic. You haven't seen the start. The start is the best part, I think. On which side are you? Are you on the European side, or have you already stepped to the new continent? And I mean Asia, which is not the new continent, but actually it's more like the second oldest continent, right? From a human migration perspective. I think they started in Africa, humankind, and then they moved, first of all, over they probably didn't build ships immediately, I guess, reaching Europe, but instead moved over the Arabian Peninsula and then over to Asia, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Human history is a mystery. But I've visited the Asian side as well. You're on the European side, but you've visited. So how is it? I can't really imagine Istanbul. What I've heard so far is it's a melting pot of cultures. So there is a lot. And give me just 1 minute while you type, because we are almost at 1930, and I need to bring away some tea and make some new tea as well. By the way, you can also do the drop game now. Exclamation mark drop! Yeah. And it renders on top of everything, which is good. The shout out here goes to Instaflav, who built that and was actually the first one also to build that. And I think they have it on so many streams. The drop game, which is kind of at least programmer or Twitch live coder basic by now. And he also has the code completely public. Super loud and cheap. Loud? Which part is loud? You mean Istanbul? Okay, give me a second here. Yeah, while you write. So. Let's see, let's switch that off and look at the chat here. So the tea is still being made. The water cooker is so slow. I need to clean once more. So super loud. Istanbul is super loud and cheap. Exclamation mark drop. Amazing animation. People are super friendly and hospitable, but they're trying to say a bunch of things on their report. Never declined so many carpets in one day. I think I've never declined a carpet in my whole life. So for me, that's probably not a hard thing to achieve, but I can imagine what you mean. Let's maybe look at some pictures. Although it's already almost time to click the release button for our app. So today is also the release party. Open beta worldwide for this app that I'm developing, the You Are Awesome app, daily motivation app. Yeah, you're awesome too. So this is going to be released in like 7 minutes because I will click that button that I've been waiting to click for two years almost. So the 27th of the 27th of September was the first commit that that was the day where I first committed something to this project. It was in 2019. So that was even before Corona, basically. Right. Was it? Wait. Yeah, it's before Corona. This app has survived Corona, essentially. Let's hope that it survives it even longer. And this is what where I'm going to click the open beta button at 19:30. So Istanbul. And also hello to the other persons in chat. Currently we're looking at Istanbul because vacation of Kusto. Wow, that already looks like terrific. That does look terrific. Let me make it so that you can actually see something. Oh, also the architecture is like completely different from what we have here over in Berlin. Wow, this kind of looks like... Wait. I think I've seen it in... Is Assassin's Creed one of the... one of the Assassin's Creed... My microphone is on, right? Yeah, okay. Is one of the Assassin's Creed games playing in Istanbul? Because I kind of remember this picture. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Ah, yeah. It is. Uh-huh. Cool. So I've been also to Istanbul, of course, but only in Assassin's Creed. There are tons of seagulls. I can imagine. It's on a... How do you even call this? Like a Meerenge in German. Meerenge. Straight. Seagate, maybe. Or straight. Sound. Sound is interesting. I think it is. It's a Galata Tower. Mm-hmm. Cool. There's also one on an island before that, apparently. Cool. Amazing. And then you say carpet. One of these? Was there one of those that I wanted to sell you? A old Persian carpet market. Is there maybe one? Oh, there is. Wow. Cool. Nice. That's a lot of carpets. Okay, I'll get my tea and then we release this bad boy. Oh, finally. You can't imagine. can't imagine. So let me just move it over to here just for a second, and then I open the play console so that we can push the button. My finger is on the button. I did most of the setup already. So on here, I hope it's fine to show that, most of it. We can go to all apps. Yes, I want to see this app. And I want to go to open testing. And there's already one in draft. And basically, I only have to click here. And then click this review release button. And now I make this window smaller because this button is the amazing button that we need. So let's maybe close down on all of these. And then we have our thing here. Yeah, so release notes also added. It's version 19. Pretty bizarre. And the carpet stores accept Bitcoin. Wait, what? Okay, I'll be right back. Ta-da! All right, we're doing it. Maybe let me switch on the lights. Oh no, it's already. Oh. Okay, are you ready? I want a countdown, but I don't know what time it is. Current time, exactly. That's not exact. Seconds. That's not exact. Google, you disappoint me. 52. So, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll out. Tracks paused. What does it mean? I don't know, because it's in review, but we did it. Now it's not on us anymore. Now it is just Google summer being the holiness that has to review our app and say, yes, everything is fine for being in public. Because we do already have it in, well, officially in 177 countries, but only in closed beta. So I had to add closed alpha or alpha. So I had to manually add people into the list by getting their email and then adding that email to the specific release, and then say, okay, you have now access to that. But now basically everybody on the planet can get the app as soon as this in review has vanished. Oh, but it might take some time. But nevertheless, it's done. Oh, man, I can't imagine. You can't imagine how happy I am. And it only took me 2 years for this. Let's get us some tea ready and get the ASMR going. Cheers, everybody. Nailed it. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So, everybody, good job. Tea for everyone. Yay. More tea. We need more tea. Let there be tea. Maybe if I copy and paste this whole array of T's. Paste. Let there be tea. Ah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I can notify you guys when it's actually released. And in particular, so I want to move to production like within September, which is 21 days left. 29, 22. Math. What's the number after 21? 29. Get to be part of the history. Yes, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I think let's play a round of the complete the complete, what's it called? T-Wars. So maybe we increase the HP of the monsters slightly, because 70 is already too low. I basically 3-hit them. Because yeah, you don't know, but I've defeated so many monsters by now, because we are already into stream 25, right? I'm already at level 15 or something. So I do plus 15 damage, base damage, and then 1d20 random damage, which pretty much nullifies every monster in not too much time. So let's maybe, what do you think? 175? 150? It may take some time to get it down, but I think it's a good final kind of for having the app released. And I also want to have the sounds on, but for whatever reason I do not see. Because it's offline. Okay, here we go. So what do you think? Which level do you want? Apparently it is already on monitoring, and I should hear some sounds, I hope. 150, 175. Where did it go? 100, I don't know, 50. Let's do it. Art thou ready? If you are ready, then yeah, so backend is fine. Exclamation mark, ambush into the chat. Please, Kusto. You have the honor to be the one who starts our battle. So we walk through a lonely desert on our horses. Water is getting close to zero. Your thirst, it's starting to let you see hallucinations, and I should learn to pronounce the word hallucination. And all of a sudden, it happens. A cry. Chain devil. You ready your weapon? Oh, that was slightly too late. I'm my ready weapon. my English is so my English is at 0% currently. Let's start with just let's see how strong this chain devil is. Wait, was it red at the beginning? And we removed the tint. I found a new bug. Perfect. Exclamation mark to do. Tint gets removed after, or reapply original tint after attack. Ah, man, that hurt. Exclamation mark here. Get some some heal out there. And then let's continue the attack. So I don't know, since we're in the desert, it might be that the monster is actually a fire monster, but maybe not. Oh, it's not, but it seems to be kind of resistant. I cast fire. We don't have a sound for it yet, by the way. We need to add that one as well. It's timing. It does have a lot of HP. We also see that. the fire down here. Wait, where did that come from? I can hear the music. Only now? Interesting. I can hear it all the time already. Or is it just so low? Did we already attack? I don't know. Oh, I can attack currently. Bams! Oh man! I think we need to get some heal out here. This is starting to get critical. 16 damage, shield away. But it did 19 damage, so still haven't negated that attack just now. So to everybody else in chat, feel free to join. You can join with exclamation mark join into the chat. Man, don't hit me so hard. That damn chain devil. Look, I only notice it now. I see. Fire! Burn! It's kind of low. Yeah, we cannot change it now, else the damage. But I can increase the overall noise. Thank you so much. Exclamation mark. Attack the evil devil. Dr. D Evil. It is I, Dr. Evil. You cannot see you cannot see it over the fire. Your health is also starting to get low, right? But let's do some more damage out here. Fire! It's done! You can spawn some stars with exclamation mark stars, by the way. We did it! Isn't that amazing? You still want to? Yeah. The fire down here, it still works. Yeah. Sweet! And some drops into the fire. Woo! We did it! 2 years of work. You can't imagine how much I've learned in that time. I mean, when I started the app, I was basically 2 years in being a professional developer. Not even, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I did work 1.5 years for university, but that doesn't count if we're being honest. So when I started the app, I didn't even work for the company, you know, Cousteau. I didn't even work there. I started learning React with the app Yeah, it's good, right? I composed it myself, by the way. It's din, 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 din. That's the main theme, kind of respective to the great series Final Fantasy. Maybe the reason why I'm here today. Let's make this slightly lower so you can hear me talking. Yeah, so when I started the app, even though you didn't ask, I'm going to talk about it. By the way, do you have any project that you're working on for a long time? That you have been working on for a long time? I would be interested to know about those too. Yeah, so when I started with the app, that was actually my project for learning React. And from there, I started working for the company you know. And then, started learning AWS as well, serverless. In the progress. Serverless is, by the way, the most viewed content on our channel. So when people come, then they come to the to the streams about AWS, except for my friends who also come for the cool stuff where we do some animations and stuff. And from time to time we also have other people by now. We also, by the way, I haven't told you, I've reached more than 50 followers as well. Yay! Which is also a milestone. In particular, if you have 50 followers as well as 3 average viewers per day, per all the time, for the last month, you become an affiliate for Twitch. So I'm also on that way. Although my viewer count is mostly at 1, which is not very impressive. But we also had streams where we had 6 people being constantly there for like 3 hours or something, which is also amazing, I think, and a lot of fun as well. Yeah, as a streamer. And we also got raided twice by the amazing Jason Lengstorff. He's one of the S.O.J. Lengstorff. He's one of the people from Netlify. Man, exclamation mark S.O.J. Lengstorff. Yeah, so check him out. He's amazing. He always invites other people. You're working on some new projects that I'm really into now, but nothing super long time yet. What are you currently learning? I'm curious about that one. I'm just gonna run the music. It's now looping. Maybe I put it. I also thought about adding music to the stream, but all I found so far is, so either you have to be very, very careful with DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, so you don't get flagged. If you get flagged 3 times, you're out of Twitch, and maybe you also have to pay a lot, depending on how lucky you are. But there are some tools and lists that are DMCA free music, but the problem with those is those are not really my music type. What I want is either gaming music, some rock music, or some, I don't know, folk or anime music. Anime music would also be very cool. If we could do that on stream, just anime background music, because it's just so happy life. Or otherwise, I'm thinking about nature sounds. Nature sounds would probably be the simplest one to implement, because I can basically just go into the forest next door and then record that for 20 minutes and then make a loop and done. Because nature sounds are probably varied enough so you don't really notice, even if it's looped after 20 minutes, right? So what do you think? what kind of... So first of all, the one question is, what projects are you working on as well? And then the next question, which kind of music would you like to hear on stream? Or maybe you say no music at all is great. Although most of the time while I'm streaming, I actually listen to some music, and then I don't stream the sound source, of course, because that would again get flagged, most likely. Yeah. The app. So serverless, AWS, React, a lot of social skills also. Thinking in terms of management, thinking in terms of what users actually need, agile thinking and lean thinking, as well as, let's see. Oh, there was so much. BigQuery analytics. Although that's also, I mean, the analytics learning really only starts once you get into production, I think. I also have Sentry included in the app, so hopefully that helps. If we get some errors. There's a lot. Man, there's a lot. All the Play Store stuff. And the next big milestone, I think, so the next big milestone would be being released to production and completely being on the Play Store, and then getting new users, as well as let's see. Yeah, adding maybe even advertising, because I did see Google Analytics. Google, what is it? Google Ads, Google AdSense. AdSense is, I think, from the other perspective, from the content creator's perspective, but Google Ads, I think. They have a marketing action where you get, I think, 70 euros for free, and I think you can do at least a couple of days of free advertising with 70 euros, which is pretty cool. And then we get some more people on the app, which is of course cool, because it is community driven. So if there is no community, there's also no content that can be displayed. Other than that, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff that I've learned with that app, and now it's finally been published. And wait, what? Huh. Huh. Interesting. So I'm looking currently at the app, and it says the release is superseded. What does that mean? It's being made superseded. Google Play Store superseded. The beta will be superseded by production. What does that mean? I don't know. That's a problem that I won't solve today. Something has happened already, but I don't know what it actually means, to be honest. Maybe is it Is it just working? Huh. Is this now public? No, it's not. Interesting. Well, I'll see. We'll see, we'll see. So, I think we did it, right? We have the fire. We can add some fire sound effects, but that's something that I have to probably do in just offline, because looking for SFX is just terribly annoying and not very interesting to you guys. So I'll think we'll end the stream for today. We can rate somebody, and then we are good. I thank you so much for joining me here today for our release party. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and we still have the victory music running, our victory fanfare. We can go crazy here once more with some fire, and some stars and maybe dropping. Yeah, we did! Released to open beta! And now I just need to hopefully just click the production button and everything is fine. So, thank you so much everybody for joining. Thank you, Kusto, for being here as well. I hope you have a beautiful evening down in Istanbul. And thank you for all the other people who have joined. We will rate somebody, for example, Instafluff, because the other stream is already offline apparently. So let's rate Instafluff, because he's also a cool dude and we have to thank him for the cool overlay, for the drop overlay. Let's see here, Twitch, live coders. So, enjoy everybody. Thanks a lot. So apparently the quick action didn't work. Do it again. Come on, you can do it. You just have to raid them. Quick actions don't work. Can I raid in another way? Review recent raids. Well, I guess then we just step out of the chat. Oh, I can try it once more. No, it doesn't work. Okay, Twitch. That's Twitch for you. Thank you so much and see you around. Bye bye.